Ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages,
Humans.
humans,
Humans. We're here to
Ladies and gentlemen,
observe
main
you.
event.
gullible liberals.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Well, we better be ready for this because tonight
Tonight on The Blast.
is Brett
Hi.
and JK.
All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for
Thank
tuning
you for
in.
coming.
We're done.
Thank you
We
for
appreciate
coming.
it, and thanks. That was a great show tonight, and awful quiet out there tonight. It seems
Did you?
like.
I don't know if it's like intuition. Is that a woman's word? Intuition. Can men have intuition?
Only if the women let you.
Good point. Good point.
Yep.
Because maybe, I guess guys. Okay, guys have sixth sense.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say the word? I can't say that. Sixth sense.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said sick, S-I-C-K sense, which I was like,
No.
yeah, I have a sixth sense.
We have sixth sense of humor, but we have a sixth sense, and women have intuition.
There you go. Okay, sure.
So, did you happen to see what I labeled the show tonight?
I did not. I did not catch the. We have a show title and I missed it. I should probably know these things.
Yeah, that's all right. That's what happens when you come on about 5 seconds before I hit go.
Yeah. No. Honestly, that's on me tonight. I was like,
no. Don't worry about it.
Listen, I couldn't get my headset hooked up, and I was like, oh crap. So
I couldn't get my head on my shoulders, so
I got it done by showtime. That's all I'm going to say. I got it done by showtime.
On the bottom right-hand side of your screen, can you see? Does it say The Blast Wednesday, October 5th or August 5th?
No.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm running the board, so probably it just says it on mine. So I labeled the show. Every single week, I label the show something different. Like one time, I labeled it the zombie apocalypse.
Sure.
And it's always right at the last second when I set up the show, whatever I'm feeling at that moment. And tonight is appropriate. I labeled it Sleepy Time Show. That's because it's just fucking going to be a sleepy time show.
Hey, you know what, though? Let's look at it this way. Maybe the show will be a sleeper. You know, like kind of like one of those old, muscle cars. You know, where they put a motor in there and they do the suspension, but they leave the body all beat up. This show could be a sleeper show. I mean, I'm just
trying to say that it could end up being a good show without us realizing it.
Well, I don't know. I'm throwing it out there. I don't know. I mean, you just don't know. It really depends on somebody else's perception. So, I mean, our tens and tens of fans need to let us know how we did tonight. That's what it comes down to.
I've been getting texts after texts here, not texts, but little messages in my sideboard saying, "Where's Sierra? Where's Amy? Where's Amy? Where's Sierra?" I've been getting them. I'm like, what are you two old dudes, really? That's all that this show is? Well, tonight, yeah. Because no comments, although she set herself up for the comment, but one of them has a sore throat and the other has a sore back. So I'm not saying, I don't know.
You know what? You can't lob a softball, slow pitch softball in front of me like that and expect me not to take a swing, because I mean, my sophomoric sense of humor immediately goes the wrong direction.
Right? Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's right.
Except for the fact that we're both mature, and
right.
we would never talk about. Never mind.
We would never talk about a woman's ability to suck it up, and I don't mean that in a punny way. I'm just
Right,
saying,
and
you
you're
know.
just
Come
not
on.
gonna.
Hey, Cupcake, Sierra. Hey, Amy. Yeah, that's right. I'm feeling bad, are you?
What's your pet name for Sierra? You said.
C.
I thought it was S.I. I thought you were saying
S-I. No. C.
C.
It's just C.
All right.
I suppose if you spelled it out phonetically, it would be S-E-E. C.
Yeah. And then Ames. I call her Ames.
There you go. Ames and
That's-
C. Holy
calls-
crap. You know what? We know what we just came up with? The title for a new detective show with 2 chicks.
That's so original. How
Ames
did you
and
come up
C.
with that?
I don't know. Just did it.
Cagney and
Just-
Lace Me,
just-
or
just bam.
Cagney and Lacey was the,
Cagney and Mace Me, that was the show that I was in. So I got
yeah.
Mace.
My brother claimed that he was in a one of those dubious films that they make down in the valley.
Tijuana.
Yeah, and it was called Gag Me and Lace Me.
Oh,
That's what he
no.
said.
That is, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, so I'm going to jump right into Jody since no one's around to stop me except you, and
Why would I stop you?
you're easy going. I'm going to play Jody, and then I'm going to get into some stuff, and we're just going to bomb through this. I got some good lighter stuff, too.
Nice. All right.
Anyways.
We got to do a little politics tonight, I hope, though, because there's some stuff going on.
Dude,
I have a couple thoughts. I got a couple
got-
thoughts on Trump.
we've got body parts. We've got Trump and Trumpisms. We've got is Donald Trump like Ronald Reagan? And all of the similarities. We've got a big announcement that the Blast is endorsing Donald Duck. No,
Donald Duck for president. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Duck for president.
We're,
You know what? I
Amy
gotta tell
let
you-
me know Amy let me know in no uncertain terms that we are not endorsing anybody right now with
we
her
will
name
not.
on
We will
it.
not. Listen, I have a bunch of thoughts when we get to our political discussion later on the show. But what difference does it make?
Hold
I
on,
don't know
sorry.
what difference it makes. No, that's
I
fine.
actually
Hey,
started
listen.
that. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to tonight because there's some cool stuff going on, and I got a couple of thoughts, and I think I might actually might lend to the show this evening. I don't know.
You always do.
No.
Hey,
come on.
when we're watching this, if you get a chance, or I'll try, go to my Facebook page and then share it with your.
Oh yeah. I can do that
'Cause
right now. As a matter of fact.
You have about 18 or 19 followers and friends you
Oh,
could share it with.
Yeah, no, I do. I've got about 15 people.
And if Amy and Sierra were watching and wanted to like help a friend out, and they
Right.
wanted to like share
Share the
go
show.
to my
Just
page
saying.
and
Just
share
saying.
and say, hey,
Listen, I got to say, Sierra has gotten a little bit of press here, and from other people noticing her, and I'm impressed. And by the way, I absolutely love the girl. She's great. I love her takes. And if you're not following Amy, if you're not watching, I'm sorry.
Amy and Sierra.
Well, Amy as well too.
Tell
But
me-
I'm saying.
yeah, but
talk
you were
about Amy
talking
in a
about
minute.
some press with Sierra. What were you talking
No,
about?
she had, she's got a couple comments. She made that top 20 hottest. What was it? Conservative bloggers or whatever that was,
Yeah.
and then today there was a little. Somebody took one of her quotes and put it up as a meme, and I thought that was pretty cool. It just means that. Again, coming from, I guess my old man position, I don't consider myself old, but I guess probably to a 20-something I am here in my, my 40-somethings. But, it's cool. It's cool that we have people her age that are recognizing the dangers of where things are headed right now. And good Lord, it's that type of voice that's going to save us in the future. When I'm an old man and I'm getting ready to kick the bucket, I better have people like her following us up. Because
I said a long time ago, like a couple months ago, I'm feeling pretty good about our millennials.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, how many people did it take to turn the world upside down with Jesus? Was there like 10 of them?
Do you want me to say 12?
12 of them.
It was 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, yeah, it
And
was 12. There's
hey,
probably a couple more than that didn't get mentioned because they just they weren't that cool.
right.
You know,
Yeah. So
Jesus
they
was
turn the
like,
world
oh
upside
great,
down.
oh all right, Steven, go ahead. What?
Yeah. Don't throw
Uh,
any rocks in glass houses, Stephen.
there you go.
Just kidding.
All
He was
right.
stoned. Not.
Oh,
Yeah. Bada boom. Anyways, I'm playing Jody right now. Here we go.
let's do Jody.
Yeah, let's do Jody. Turn it back on, Joe.
Ebola virus.
What difference?
Jim Crow Day.
Most radical. Time to try something new.
Hey everybody, welcome to News Busted. I'm Jody Miller. Let's get started. Planned Parenthood is under fire for selling aborted baby parts. Newly released videos show representatives literally willing to charge an arm and a leg for an arm and a leg.
And why
The
not?
Minnesota dentist who killed Cecil the lion has apologized, but he has a pretty lame excuse. He said he thought cats have 9 lives. Hillary Clinton's staff shut down a section of a New York department store last week so she could get a $600 haircut. Aides say Hillary needed to look her best for a speech on income inequality. Former Virginia Governor Jim Gilmore announced he's running for the Republican nomination, which poses an immediate threat to Lindsey Graham's hold on last place. Chris Matthews stumped DNC chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz when he asked her the difference between a Democrat and a socialist. Obviously, it was a trick question. Nowadays, there is no difference.
She actually couldn't answer that.
No, she could. That was
On
an
the
interesting.
Today Show, John Kerry said the Iran nuclear deal is not based on trust. Well, that's obvious. Only a fool would trust John Kerry.
Jody's hot tonight.
Radar Online is reporting that Khloe Kardashian wants to have a baby. She hasn't chosen a father for the child, but she has narrowed it down between the Lakers and the Clippers.
That's funny.
And finally, former Rhode Island Governor Lincoln Chafee is running for the Democratic nomination, but his campaign isn't going well. Right now, he's polling 2 points behind the dentist who killed Cecil the lion.
That's not where you want to sit. I'm guessing that's
Thanks
not
for
a great
watching News
spot.
Busted, everybody. I'm Jody Miller. Be sure to subscribe to our videos on YouTube. We'll catch you next time.
She was actually pretty good tonight.
Not bad. And, obviously check out Jody if you guys can find her link. Look for her on Facebook. And shouldn't we be giving her a plug every single show? I like her stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's paying us enough to play her videos.
Well, that's true. That's right. Every single week she sends us a check, and it's a very nice thing. So,
Yeah.
we would ask that all of you support her as well. We appreciate that. So,
And actually, it's being loaded into the her check right there into
there it
the
is.
Blast
There it
account.
is. That's right. The Blast
account's
account.
getting pretty heavy. I've been wheelbarrowing a lot of money lately.
Well, I know. Well, and it's cool too because it looks like this year for the Christmas break, we're going to be able to take our annual blast retreat to Hawaii,
Jamaica
like we
this
always
year.
do.
Well,
It's
Hawaii,
Jamaica. That's
but
right. Right.
I thought we were going to Jamaica this time.
I like the idea. Actually, we could stay here in Oregon and still get the same benefits this year. If
Well,
you
I'm
think
just
about
saying that I'm thinking to myself, talking about how rich and well we're doing worked out for Trump.
it. I know, right?
So why not just let
Absolutely.
people know? They're very successful. And I mean, successful. Did you know that, most of those losers out there would die to be this successful?
Absolutely.
just
Jealousy
saying.
is what it is. Got a lot of jealousy going on. And by the way, just in case anybody who works for the IRS is listening, we're freaking kidding. All right?
Yeah.
There
Hey,
ain't
all
no
right, I'm gonna
checks
run
coming in
through-
from anybody.
I'm going to run through a bunch of chit, and you comment, and I'll smile and watch.
All right.
So starting next week, we are going to start a new segment called My 2 Cents. And I was just going to have it Amy's My 2 Cents. And I thought of this because Amy had a rant on Facebook this week. I know that's a big surprise.
What?
She
She did not.
Yeah,
She's
she
always
never
so-
ever comes out and does a
Oh,
rant.
She's always like right here, just even keeled.
Yeah.
And you never see an up and a down with her. I mean, it's always
Nope.
right here. Well, I mean, but actually, now that I say that, the right here is total hate and anger. But I mean, it's just
Actually, it's like this. The throat punch.
oh, this shit.
We love you, Amy. We're just giving you a
Got
hard
that
time
slow
because Amy has the ability to get up off that chair, come online, and defend herself.
At any
So,
point in time.
We're going to start a segment called My 2 Cents Worth, and it's going to be a rant. And I'm thinking about each one of you, whoever has a rant, we're going to set it up. I'm not sure what music we're going to do, but we're going to have to come up with some theme. Anyways, this is going to be My 2 Cents Worth. Bada boom. Okay, so I'm taking that one out. Next up, this was something that Sierra had just posted a little bit ago. Apparently, in New Hampshire, the Executive Council of New Hampshire voted to withhold $650,000 of state money that was to be given to the Planned Parenthood thing there. And I don't know anything about this because this was Sierra's story. And then a minute before the show, she had a medical condition, and so I'm just bringing it up. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because the very next topic here was our strong Republican principled representatives. They defunded Planned Parenthood as we knew that they would.
They did not do that though.
What?
I think you misunderstood what happened. No, they actually did not defund Planned Parenthood.
Then I read that verse. Senate.
Right, I think. See, I'm sorry, Jim. Just to point it out, and you must have not read it properly. But see that word fails, F-A-I-L-S.
Yes.
You might have, honestly, dude. I'm on the computer all the time, on the internet. I mean, I'm looking for stories. I'm looking for topics. I get it. I miss things too. In this case, that fails is actually a pretty key point to this. They did not, in fact, defund it. They did
so
not.
So what happened? It says that I thought that the Republicans controlled the Senate and the House, didn't they?
They actually do. As a matter of fact, they could probably have made some significant changes. And by the way, if I'm understanding it correctly, when we had the midterm elections and we actually voted for folks that work, maybe the folks that, how do I say this, that protect us from a king such as Obama, a dictator such as Obama.
Representatives?
Right, the people that represent us, the people that we vote in on a regular basis. And we vote for them more than anyone, and they don't get removed. We have the ability to keep them in place if they are representing our views as the people.
So like a bunch of mini kings.
Kind of, yeah. Well, that's not the intent. That's not the intent.
Because I know there's like a bunch of mini kings and queens.
Yeah, well, see, that's where the average person. I mean, that's why you missed the word fails. I mean, and it's not your fault, by the way. Not your fault. It's not you.
No,
it's most people, because the American people spoke in the last elections, and they said, you know what, we're gonna get rid of some of these Democrats because the way this thing is headed, not good.
I just assumed because I voted for the people that were saying that they were gonna.
Right.
And then I didn't look after that. I didn't even pay attention.
Right. Because you figured after you saw the results, you must have been like me and said to yourself, hey, thank God the American people recognize that we need to have we can't vote for president, but we can get rid of these Democrats, and we can give the House and the Senate a majority so they can get in there and make some changes and reverse some of this trend that we're seeing that is taking the country in the wrong direction.
So even if what you're saying is, even if I'm a Republican and I liked everything the Republicans said when they were running, so I voted for the Republicans,
correct,
and then I stopped paying attention because, well, let's face it, I mean, there's so much on, like, the Kardashians to keep up with them, and there was all kinds of stuff going on, so I let them just do what they said they were going to do. You're telling me that I'm kind of, even though I'm a Republican, I'm one of those low information voters. I didn't.
And by the way, listen. I am not saying that
Wow.
you are. I'm not saying that you are. What I'm saying is, I think you have joined the ranks of those of us, Jim, that are disappointed in the fact that the American people spoke. And what did a majority in the House and the Senate do up to this point, since about November of last year ish?
You're gonna tell me nothing.
They've done jack shit. They've done less than nothing.
It's probably time that I start paying attention, huh?
Well, I'm telling you, wouldn't it be nice if people did pay attention? I mean, wouldn't it be nice if we had a voice that kind of like, maybe somebody got out there and shook things up and said enough with this PC crap, enough with it, just start saying it how it is. I don't know.
I think
if there was somebody like that running for president, I don't know, it might get my attention. I'm just saying if there was.
So I'm gonna challenge all the people out there who vote for Republicans who did like I did, and then I'm going to challenge them all to pay attention and start demanding better. Is that what we should do?
Oh God, I don't know that takes. You're asking for a commitment to the obvious, and I don't know that you can ask that of the American people. Listen, I Am Bruce Jenner or whatever that new show about Bruce Jenner is on TV, that is on now. I mean, and they're doing reruns of it almost every night. And I mean, how can you expect the American voter to pull away from a TV show of that quality and focus on say the future of humanity? And I mean, I don't know that you could ask that. I mean, I don't know that you can ask that.
I've been taping the teen parent one. I should go and make sure that I'm taping that.
What?
The Bruce Jenner Caitlyn thing, right?
Well, I don't even know who Caitlyn. What? Who?
I don't know. I think everyone knows that we're being facetious, and
I would like to think that people recognize that we're being.
Leave this effing. Look at this, effing people, and look at this. Okay, just one Republican, Senator Mark Kirk of where? Drum roll. Obama's Illinois. He joined the Democrats, and so let's see this one. Here he is. Why do people allow this? This guy here is clearly a Democrat who is running as a Republican to jump into the Republican side to take away Republican votes. We've got how many of these guys? We've got to have a bunch of them in there. This guy gets an F when you go to the Conservative Review.
God,
do you know who else gets an F?
Is there something lower than an F?
Do you know who else gets an F? The same score. And they base these on their voting records. It's somebody who ran for president 2 times ago, Senator John McCain.
Absolutely, John McCain. That guy's. Oh my word! The word rhino is just, it's not even an appropriate. It is. It's too nice. It's
although now I'm for big game hunting.
I am too. I do. You know what? I tell you what, lion burger. Oh my God, is it tasty?
This next story is right up your alley because you are the conspiracy guy, and you brought up
absolutely
the day that Fast and Furious, not the movie, but Fast and Furious happened about the weapons. You said this would happen. Now it's confirmed that the terrorists who purchased, which one was it, in Chattanooga, had purchased from a Department of Justice approved dealer. Got one of the Fast and Furious guns.
Yep. Exactly. What this basically says is, and I think we talked about it back when that whole Fast and Furious thing was going on. It's like you basically have a president who was in the know. You have the Department of Justice who was in the know. You've got probably a couple other clandestine organizations within our government that were in the know, and we probably don't know as voting Americans who they are. But we if anybody doesn't understand what Fast and Furious was, just in a real quick recap, basically our government gave a whole bunch of automatic weapons to Mexican drug lords and said, let's find out what happens to the guns. Well, it turns out those guns get moved around and transferred, and they get picked up, and people get shot, and those guns that the people were holding get picked up by the people that shot them, and those people take the guns, and then those people move around those guns, and eventually, wow, the guns that our government handed out killed people.
Coming back to roost. They treated it almost like they were tagging a whale. Let's tag some fish and track them and go. That's kind of what they were doing. It's like,
but you know what though? It's not even tagging a whale. That's a pretty big thing to follow. I mean, that's hard to lose track of. A whale's a pretty massive creature. What they did was tagged rats. They tagged rats. And
yeah.
I'm talking about just clandestine drug. I've used the word clandestine twice, and that's a big word. Thank you.
Yeah.
They handed the guns off to these little rats that took them and ran away and hid in the sewers, so to speak, and whatnot. And those guns wound up traveling through this network of this underground. And guess what? They wound up in hands that used them to kill Americans on American soil.
And this started out, okay, imagine, so we keep hearing, we still hear, and we don't hear it anymore, but we all still know the words Iran-Contra, or it's Iran-Contra, right? Back with Reagan.
Right, absolutely correct, yeah.
Okay, trading weapons to the Contras in Sandinista and the Nicaragua and all that crap.
Right.
That's basically the same type of thing that was going on, kind of, sort of, with Fast and Furious. But now we start hearing emails and Benghazi and the IRS. Well, guess what started this? Fast and Furious. And it's kind of like, it's still there. It's still unsolved. But they don't talk about it anymore.
Absolutely not. No, because this stuff gets shut down and swept under the rug. And I would like to give a shout out to one chef, Eric Nelson from Willamette Valley Vineyards. He had his last day today. He just texted me, said he's watching the show live, and he said, say something about coffee. And I do love coffee. I like coffee when I'm watching the show. I always have a little cup going. And
wow.
Right.
If I had somebody watching the show, I would love a latte, but
wouldn't that be weird if a hot, delicious, frothy latte were to cross your path in the near future?
Do you remember that one time at camp? Do you remember that one time a coffee international and it showed up in my office?
You internationally ordered a hot
during
beverage.
The show.
A hot beverage, no, and it went from Canada to like Hawaii to like your living room to your kitchen to your hand. That was an amazing chain of events, and we got to see it live. And not only did I get to see it, we had people in Boston, Massachusetts, or the Boston area got to see it, and I'm guessing there were like tens and tens of people around the country that saw it as well.
Yeah.
So
I could start yelling, "Hey, can I get a latte?" But that wouldn't be that.
No, it doesn't have the same effect to it though.
No.
Now wait.
Not as if somebody were actually watching the show and then
right. No, you wouldn't want that.
Hey, I'm gonna.
I'll tell you this though. I'll tell you this for.
So what's Eric do? What's the deal with Eric?
No, he's just a big coffee fan. He said mention coffee tonight. He loves his coffee, and he tries to have.
Has he ever tried Rock Solid coffee?
We should probably get him some of that coffee. I like the idea. And Rock Solid coffee now. I think you should maybe give that a little plug for a second there.
Do I even have it?
I don't know. Do you have the Rock Solid commercial? Because if you can pull that up and throw it on, let's do that in the next minute or two. We can take a quick commercial / bathroom break.
You let's see if this is it. I don't know.
I don't know.
I wish I'd drank my Rock Solid coffee that day. Oh, I was such a bonehead. Hey, don't laugh. I bought that Rock Solid coffee I kept seeing on the Facebook page, and life was going so good. And then I didn't drink it that day. I didn't make good choices that day. You drink Rock Solid coffee, and you'll make good choices. I sure didn't. Oh, I wish I had. I wish I had. Oh,
Wow, look at that. All of a sudden, out of the blue, we actually
I know.
had a coffee commercial.
That was a coffee commercial for Rock Solid Coffee, ladies and gentlemen.
And that wasn't
it's
even a
roasted
very...
right here in the Northwest. A fantastic blend of beans. Look for it online. Hit Jim up with a quick request, and that will be shipped out to you at his earliest convenience. And I
Hey.
will tell you this right now: it goes to a good cause. It goes
Brett,
to a great cause.
Do you need to take a little break? Because I can throw another commercial in here.
Hey, listen, if you've got a commercial to throw on, honestly, and I do apologize.
We'll take a break.
Listen,
This
folks.
is what happens
folks,
when you drink
folks,
a lot of beer before the show. Go, go, go. Here goes.
Hey, you. You could be advertising right here, right now. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. You should be advertising on the blast. You know you want to.
Yeah, so if you want to pay us some money, you can advertise on the blast too. Hey, so the next topic up, well, we're waiting for Brett to come back. A story came out the other day, another story about let's sue somebody who doesn't want to participate in the gay lifestyle, which, what do I care? I mean, be gay, be straight, be happy, be sad, whatever you want to do, but don't force other people to be happy and sad and gay or straight. So Christian DJ refuses to play Gay Man's Birthday Party. And here's what happened next. I didn't put the whole story on here because we all know what happens next. He gets sued, blah, blah, blah. Here's my thinking for the DJ. Play the effing party and do what the blast does. Get paid. Right? Do your job and get paid.
Get your greens,
we
folks.
make a lot
Get
of
your
money.
greens.
We get paid a lot of these, don't we, Brett?
You know, and
Very
think about
successful.
think about it like this. You know, you may have a personal opinion on any given topic. I mean, it doesn't matter what the topic is. You were raised that way, and I was always taught to think this way, or I learned this through an event that happened in my life. I can't go in that direction because of that. But you know what overrides all of that for me?
What?
That check. That check.
Yeah.
Because you know what? The check says one thing. It says that I'm offering a service. I'm going to provide the service because that's what I'm offering. It doesn't mean that I'm selling out God. And that's one of the nonsensical things about it. Now, all that being said, it's like, would I hire the DJ that only played 50s, oldies?
No,
Probably
here's the
not.
thing.
Well, that's what I play. That's what I do. 50s music.
Get
Okay,
this
I'm not
though,
going to
Brett.
hire you. I
Brett,
want the 80s guy.
But get this. Oh! Look.
What?
Wave,
Oh,
wave,
who's
everybody.
the hottie? Who's
Wave.
that hot? Oh my gosh! Is that that girl you kidnapped? You told me about?
Wait.
Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that.
Let me get. Where's
Oh, that is a fantastic thing.
right there?
Look at
blast.
that. Oh, it's like,
Latte.
oh my word! It's
Eric.
own
This one's for you.
that. Eric, enjoy your cup of coffee tonight, brother. I hope you're watching. All right.
Yeah. Hope you have a babe like that serving you coffee.
Oh, he
Did I
has a
just call her a babe? We've been married for 33 years. And I just-
33 years? That is so weird. And by the way, gross. I mean, I cannot believe, and you told me this the other day, you married Lisa when she was 11. And I'm like,
I've been married.
damn, dude,
I've been
that's just
married longer,
gross.
almost longer than you've been alive.
That's
That's what's kind of funny.
Well, you know what though? There's a little bit of truth in there. There's a little bit of truth in there.
Okay, so here's
Absolutely.
my point. Here's my point about the DJ. Two things. Number one. Wait.
Wait. No, number one is good. You're fine.
Clearly, the gay community is targeting Christians for one reason, because they are refusing to support people in their own community financially. Right? Who wouldn't support somebody who's one of their friends or in their lifestyle and all that? So therefore they are going after him. Okay, number 2. What does it say? He's a Christian DJ. They knew that. So you know why the guy needs to go play? He needs to go play Christian music.
His set list.
Play his set list, baby.
Play
go
his
and
set
say,
list.
Jesus loves me. This I know, for the Bible tells me so. Right there at the gay birthday party.
And then, of course, there's the remix of it. Jesus loves me. This I no. That's later on after the dance starts up. So
yeah, that's when they got drinking a little bit of that wine.
That's sacramental wine.
Did that wine. So I say the guy should go and play Christian music. Have some fun. Who cares? All right, Baltimore Sun.
Let me ask you this though, real quick. Just that story. We always talk about this clickbait when it comes to like the headlines and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And we all have to admit, even the stories that you and I glom onto, or Amy or Sierra glom onto, the things that we get behind. A lot of it is found on the internet, which is exactly where the liberals find their information, exactly where crazy people find their information, completely sane people find their information. We all look for our information in the same pool, and that pool is known as the internet. Well, here's the thing: is like what we don't know is, let's say supposed gay guy having the birthday was a complete dick. Let's say it had nothing to do with the guy being gay. Let's just say he was a jerk. Hey, listen, I want you to come, and I want you to do this, and I want you to do it for this price, and I want you to be there then, and I want you to do this, and you're going to play this set list, and this is how I want it to go. And the guy was like, nah, you know what? That sounds like too much trouble. I don't want to deal with that. Oh, it's because I'm gay, right? No, you're just a dick. It's just like, you're not giving me a chance to speak. We don't know the details, and so often I think we look at these headlines. So
the guy could have actually gone to court and said, look, the guy was just a dick.
Well, by the way, he might have. I don't know.
Yeah.
The point is that, to your point, Ashley, let me say that. To your point, why wouldn't you? It's like if you are a homosexual male and you walk in and you say, I'd like to hire you for this event, and let's just say the DJ is a complete jerk. Let's just say he's the jerk, okay? Christian or not, he's just a jerk. Now, you're gay, I don't like you, and I'm not going to talk to you, and get out of my store. Well, that's rude. That's rude on any level. Why wouldn't you walk out of there and go, okay, that guy sucked, and, you know what?
Actually, he didn't suck.
Aha!
Bada boom.
Oh, right? There we go.
For that particular guy. Exactly. Why would you want to deal with somebody?
Take your business elsewhere.
Right.
For God's sake.
It's kind of like this. Right?
Yeah.
So afterwards, it's like, make me a cake, damn it. Then after you eat it, on the bottom of it, it says you've been poisoned.
Yep.
Wouldn't that freaking be funny? Right?
That'd be great.
You make the freaking wedding cake, and then at the bottom of it on the tray, you put on there, you've been poisoned.
Exactly.
I'm the only one that finds that funny, but
I agree. I think it's great.
Come on. All right. So this story here is not even a story that we even care about, but I just put it up there because Mosby derailed a program that the feds wanted to set up to analyze the homicide rates because cities under siege. The Baltimore police called in the the ATF? Those people? They call in some heavy-duty feds to help 10 federal agents because there's 45 killings in July. That's as much as one weekend in Chicago. I mean, that is really starting to push the limit. So,
dude, I got to tell you, the picture that you have up there right now, I hadn't seen this one, but city under siege, Baltimore calls the feds to help cops handle the violence, and I'm like, listen, in spite of the fact that they've got the whole place roped off, obviously there's been an event. Dude is just napping up there on the stoop there. That is.
Oh, wait a minute.
That is fantastic.
Could that be a dead guy?
Oh.
Wait, I just don't mean shit. Are they showing a dead guy? Now, wait a minute. He is on the other side of the tape.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's on the other side of the tape. I'm guessing dude's just freaking high.
Okay.
He's like, you know what? I saw 4 people get murdered last night, and y'all just showed up now. Fuck y'all, I'm going to sleep on my stoop because I love my son in the afternoons.
Right.
That's
now,
on
a side note, that female officer, she looks pretty big, doesn't she? I mean, next to the other 2 dudes, she's pretty big.
Hold on.
Could have been a dude.
Dude, that's Bruce Jenner.
Could be. Because she's big.
No, that's Bruce Jenner. That's Bruce Jenner. Holy cow. You're right. I didn't even think about it.
Big chick.
That is actually, yeah.
All right, so talk to me about this. I'm just curious, all right? I'm just curious. She was on the other day. She's from Idaho. She's probably one of Sierra's neighbors or something.
Absolutely.
She is gorgeous, by the way. My God, look at her.
The giraffe is dead, dude.
I'm wondering, seriously, what the hell are you doing killing giraffes? I'm just curious. How is it cool that you're gonna go kill a giraffe?
Dude, have you ever had giraffe soup? I'm telling you right now, it is a delicacy. I love it.
Dude, that sounds like monkey brains or something, which they actually eat.
Well, no, there's honestly, out of that whole animal, there's one part. If you get down, you have to basically waste the whole thing. But there's a piece of meat about that big that when you take it out of the center muscle inside the giraffe, it's about that big. But when you cook that down, you put it into a soup. I mean, it makes the whole rest of that carcass just worth it. I mean, just kill as many as you can, get your piece right there, and I'm telling you, it makes the best soup you've ever had. It is unbelievable. It's a stew. I wouldn't even call it soup. It's more of a stew. It's rich. It's hearty. You know, screw the fur and but that one muscle right there. It's worth killing the giraffe for.
Dude, I'm like, okay, now I'm crying.
Well, you asked for a reason. I'm just saying, that's it right there. It's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. By the way, the rest of the entire animal, completely tough. You can't eat it. It's just throwaway meat. But it's one of those little unused muscles that's like the tenderloin. On
a completely separate note, in all seriousness, if you can't point out Zimbabwe on a map, you shouldn't be upset about the lion. Right? I mean, look at the map. Pick Zimbabwe, and then tell me why you're upset about the lion.
Isn't Zimbabwe right next to Argentina?
Couldn't tell you where Argentina is. Isn't it the bottom one? It's the tailbone. It's the tailbone on that country.
It's the tailbone. That's right. But by the way, I mean, I think if I'm correct, you're showing me a lovely picture of an entirely wrong continent.
Look at Brazil. I think Brazil is like half of that whole continent, right?
Right.
You see Brazil, it's the biggest piece, the biggest one.
And Chile runs up and down the middle there on the far left, and then above.
Okay, so what's the piece in between? Venezuela?
You do realize that Zimbabwe is not in South America, right?
No, that's Africa. That's the Horn of Africa.
No.
Oh, so that wouldn't be... No, that's the Horn of Africa, so that big piece cannot be Brazil. Yeah, never mind, I was wrong. But look at what it looks like on the bottom part of that.
Do you know what? Do you realize how many people would look at that and actually buy into what we're selling right now? I mean, honestly though, do you realize how many freaking stupid, ignorant, liberal, well, and by the way, conservatives as well.
Right.
How many just ignorant Americans would look at that and be like, oh, well, Africa, well, that's like right there, Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Really, it's like you're missing the whole continent, right?
Yeah.
You're not getting it.
All right. We're gonna move on to a better subject, and I cannot play even the 30 seconds worth of the fight because it'll get us blocked worldwide. But I can play this. There was an interview that Ronda Rousey did down in Brazil after the fight. And not only is she tough, she's smart as hell. And listen to her answer on equal pay. This woman baited her into, she tried to shame her, like, hey, you're not getting, you're the number one fighter, blah, 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 but you're not getting paid like some of the big men fighters like Floyd Mayweather, blah, blah, blah. Watch Ronda's response. It's a little bit of a long intro here, but she's badass, man. Here it is.
You've also said that MMA is the most pro-woman sport in the world.
It's true.
Why? Why are you so convicted to that?
Why? Because for the first time ever, there's no distinction between men and women in a sport. There's WNBA, there's women's tennis, there's all these W's everywhere. And just a few months ago, women were introduced into the octagon for the first time, just as bantamweights. Mm-hmm. There was no need to put the women in front, because why they don't say men's bantamweight division? Why do they have to say women's? And it's the first sport in the world to completely eradicate the separation. And so when the women are introduced in their titles, I'm the UFC bantamweight champion. I'm not the UFC women's bantamweight champion because the guys aren't the UFC men's bantamweight champion. So they totally got rid of it, and it's the only sport in the world to do that.
We talk about separate but equal, but having even mentioned the Floyd Mayweather fight, they walked away with hundreds of millions of dollars at stake. You being at the height of your sport,
Here
maybe make $1 million at most per fight. Does that anger you, and what can we do to change that?
I don't like to talk about exactly how much money I make, but I'm extremely comfortable and happy.
You are?
Yes.
Okay. So
and if I got to a point where I had almost 50 fights, I would probably be making close to the same amount of money that Floyd does. But at this point, I have 11. So I can't expect it to be exactly equal yet, I don't think. I have to put more time in.
And what are some of the misconceptions for viewers at home?
Right.
That's the girl that gets it.
Right?
She scares the hell out of me. I would let her beat me up. I would probably... Listen, I'm going to go too far with this. I'm going to go too far. I would get a boner while she kicked my ass.
Yeah.
I would, and I fully admit it. I shouldn't say that, but I would. She's killing me. Oh my God, she's so awesome. And I would I would crumple into a little ball on the floor, and I would cry myself to the hospital and just be like, I'm in love. And that's what I would have said. I mean, that's what would have happened. I'm just saying. Put me in the octagon with her, and I will cry to the hospital, a very happy man.
Yeah, let me do some sparring.
Exactly.
But isn't that smart? What an answer. Like, hey, let me have 50 fights, and then maybe I'll make what he's making. But right now, I've got 11 fights. He's got 50.
Right. By the way, so freaking well said. Good for her. You want to talk about equality? It's like, no, I haven't earned $50 million for a fight yet. If I go undefeated for the next 2 or 3 years of my career, and this aspect of the MMA grows and grows and grows. And by the way, I am guessing we are getting very close to a tipping point where people would rather, men, women, everybody, the demographic that will watch her fight is going to not just, it's not going to be like lesbian women watching it go, oh, women's power, yay, haha. No, it's going to be dudes going, that chick kicks ass, I love her, she's awesome, she just freaking, she's got it. And you know why? Because she's not cocky, she's down to earth, she's smart, she's pretty. I mean, she's got the whole ball of wax. She's a good-looking person. Yeah. She is a decent human being, it seems like, and she can kill you. You know what? I want to see that, and I want to see these, like the Brazilian gal that came up and said, "No, don't cry after I beat you." Wow, really? You didn't just do that, did you? And she got put to the test.
Oh,
she got
dude,
put to the test in
the
30 seconds.
They did after that. I walked in. Yep. Okay, I walked into a customer's account, and they go, "Yeah, I didn't see the fight, but I heard the other girl crapped her pants. She knocked her out so hard. Did you see that?" So I start looking for it, and they show her standing up with brown stain on her butt, right? Well, it was photoshopped.
Right. Okay.
But that's how hard she actually did a face plant. Yeah,
got hit so hard I shit myself. And by the way, I would like to say this: if Ronda Rousey and I would probably just shit myself before she even touched me. So I'd be like,
talk about premature everything. I was gonna premature everything, even the introduction.
Right, exactly. Like, premature
sorry,
everything.
You had me before hello.
Oh, I'm like turned on and horrified at the same time.
Yeah, want to give a shout out to Amy though. She is really, really hurting her back right now. And so if there's anything we can do,
was her significant other home this weekend?
No, that's the thing. She just like pulled a muscle on her own. Not even.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she was thinking about him.
And I know what that's like to pull your back. So if there is anything that we can do for the next half hour that we're on or something to make fun of her and laugh at her, let's do it.
Let's of course do that.
Just kidding, Amy.
All right. Hey, Jim, let's step back a bit before we go forward. I just wanted to say, come on, I'm done. I'm out. All right.
We're teasing. Hey, check this out. Donald Trump says he tapped Sarah Palin for a cabinet post.
Well, I got to tell you, he should have learned from one of my Democratic heroes and one of my favorite presidents of all time, and that's Mr. Bill Clinton. Never use the word tap followed by a woman's name, and okay. I'm just throwing it out there.
Now, I wrote this down before, like a couple of days ago. This was going to be my prediction. Wait.
Hold on, let me I want to see this. There we go. Brett will say, I tapped that, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I thought you were simply going to say, I'd tap that.
Yeah. Well, that's actually pretty good. But
you went the other direction. You still went in the same direction, just a little
right.
off.
I played it off on Bill. I was thinking what you wrote, but I just tried to play it off on someone else. I tapped that. I tapped that.
All right, let's go on. Let's move on here. Reagan. Is Trump like Reagan? I don't know where. Maybe these people are reading my mind or something, because I did a meme, my own. I was created one a couple of days ago or whatever, whenever, and it had something to do with, hey, remember that all these people are saying that, well, Trump was a Democrat and Trump did this and Trump did that, whatever. Well,
so was Reagan.
Hey, Reagan started out as a Democrat, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and matter of fact, now they're trying to say that Bill Clinton called Trump and asked him to run. Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
It was on the news today. Now they're probably going to hit him with it tomorrow during the debate, saying, hey, Bill Clinton, rumor has it, did he call you and ask you to run? Well, here was his response.
Oh, that's fantastic!
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that's good. And I gotta tell you right now, I hadn't really thought about it, and till thinking about the show tonight. But what are some of the similarities between a Donald Trump and a Reagan?
Oh, we've got them all written down here, about 10 of them. We'll go through them real quick and let's see if you agree with them. But here it is. This guy wrote this story. It's Powdered Wig Society. I got a picture there. The comparisons between Trump and Reagan are numerous. So let's go through a couple of them.
Let's do that.
One, like Reagan, Trump is a Washington outsider. Reagan was
Absolutely.
twice elected as governor of California, but never served in Congress. Now, they're going to hit Trump tomorrow night with, he is not prepared to serve, blah, blah, blah. You know what I would respond as Trump? Not to put words in his mouth because he's a billionaire, I'm not. But I would say, oh, so are you saying that I should run for Congress, learn how to do nothing, and fail like you, while you should learn how to run a company and make billions of dollars like me, and then I can run for president? Is that what you're saying? Now I'm qualified.
Yeah, very true.
So
Very
he's
true.
true outsider.
Right.
Number two, Reagan was dismissed as a serious candidate. He was, and so is
Yep,
Trump.
absolutely.
The establishment critics beat the hell out of Reagan. Said the
Well,
exact
I
same thing.
gotta tell you this. In the current situation that we're in with Trump, it's like, when he came out and he made the comment about immigrants, and I don't think it's hurt him. And by the way, we're hearing about that across the board. It hasn't hurt him. As a matter of fact,
get this. A poll that Fox did today.
people went, what?
He is leading. He's leading in the with the Mexican immigrants by more than all of the candidates combined. Jeb Bush, all of them combined, he's leading with the Mexican immigrants more. So take that, Macy's.
Right.
And they said Reagan was ridiculed as not a serious player because of he's just a B movie actor, they said.
Do you realize, by the way, and this is one of the things that never gets talked about, like in mainstream media, you take a company that drops, Trump said what he said, and then you've got these companies that say, oh, we so disagree with that. So wait a minute, what company X said to me, Macy's or any of them, that said, hey, Trump, you can't say that, we're going to disassociate. So what company X is saying is this: we don't want to lose the dollars that are coming in from that demographic. We know they're here illegally. We will gladly take their money. We like the money. We don't care about the fact that American laws are being broken, and that the people who take the time to go through the process properly are being shit on. We don't care about that. We want your money. We want
those
your
immigrants
money.
Do not shop at Macy's to begin with. Those immigrants shop at Walmart. They shop at Target. They shop at whatever.
Apparently, you do not know the price structure at Macy's. They shop there too. Trust me.
Well, I don't
Macy's
know.
Macy's is gold. Macy's is Gold Sachs for those of us that can't afford Gold Sachs. And I put myself in that boat, by the way. I shop at Macy's. So
whoa! Wait a minute. We need to talk about this stuff off air because we were going already for the fact that we're very successful. We have tens and tens of fans making lots and lots of money.
That's right.
Now you're telling people that you shop at freaking Macy's.
By the way, Jim, what I didn't tell you about that whole Macy's comment.
You shop at Wigwam too?
Hold on. Give me a second.
Okay.
I just said I shop at Macy's, and I do, but I will tell you right now, I do not buy anything off the clearance rack. I pay full price.
Okay. All right.
I pay full price.
You didn't get the friends and family discount. You don't.
I pay full price. I pay full price.
All right.
If that polo says $14.99, I'm paying $14.99. I'm not walking over to the clearance rack, my friend.
Okay, you're redeemed. You don't like what I used to do before the show, and I didn't have any money. Is I'd go over and I'd pull some stitches out, knowing that Lisa's got a sewing machine, and then I would ask for a 10% discount. You don't.
That's no.
Okay.
I don't have to do, because of our success. I don't have to do that.
Okay.
I don't have to. But I'm telling you right now, I'm also not taking advantage of Macy's lack of success. That clearance rack to me, that says one thing. It says one thing only. You failed to sell your product, and now you want to give it away. And I don't need charity. I don't need your charity. I will buy stuff at full price at Macy's. I will pay $14.99 for that shirt.
Number 3, Trump and Reagan were both attacked by the establishment as being extreme. How do you say that word? Is there a way to say it? Extreme?
Extreme.
Extreme?
That's
simplistic. You pretty much just say it like it says.
Yeah,
Jim.
pretty much.
Extreme.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
People were so fed up with the state under Jimmy Carter, who beat him in a landslide, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So,
wow, you know what, though?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter, the similarities here are very, Obama is Jimmy Carter.
Oh, yeah, right.
Holy crap, we're in the same exact scenario as the 70s there.
We are.
You're right. This scenario is playing out in exactly the same fashion.
Number 4, Trump shares Reagan's, quote, passion for what he believes in. Reagan's son, Michael Reagan, recently told Newsmax that Trump speaks with the kind of passion his father so brilliantly conveyed. That's why America right now has surrounded Trump, in this case, because he's off the cuff and speaks from his own passion or heart.
Well, I gotta tell you, based off of that right there, and this might be coming up later, and I apologize if I'm skipping some of these, highlight points here, but I mean, they're both from quote unquote Hollywood.
Yeah.
Trump has this. There's this. Oh, a movie actor can never be president, right? Well,
Right.
Reagan was in movies, and he was an actor, and then you have Trump, who
we getting closer to endorsement?
we might be. There's some good stuff
checking.
here. There's some good stuff here. Well, listen, you know what? If the ladies want to, if our co-host, if our female co-host want to come on, and
I say that we're going to endorse her. She's going to get up off that sofa, rip her back out even further. So we're not endorsing anybody. Number 5, Trump espouses. Now, isn't that kind of a Hispanic word? See, he's not a racist in that respect. Espousa. Similar views as Reagan on illegal immigration. Trump created controversy and won support, blah, blah, blah. And Reagan signed the Immigration Reform Control Act in 1986, making it illegal to knowingly hire or recruit illegal immigrants. Number 6, Trump is a straight talker like Reagan. He's the only one who's a straight talker. Now, Ted Cruz is a straight talker too, and so is Rand Paul. But both of them have a different style.
Both of them sound like just pre-prepared politicians.
Politicians, yeah.
They
they're
sound
too
like
quiet and thought, well, already rehearsed.
Now, Jim, I just want to tell you right now that both of those candidates are both solid candidates. I like Rand Paul. I like Cruz. I do. But when I talk about Trump, I want to do this. We're like, the guy's screaming. He's like, He's like, huh? It's like, what did he say?
If Trump, Cruz, and Rand Paul all three spoke, right? And they all three said good things, you're jumping up off the sofa. Well, not if you're Amy, because she's got her back hurt.
Right.
Are we still making fun of her?
She'd roll.
Yes.
She'd roll.
So, yeah, she'd roll over off that sofa. Only one of those are you going to leap out of your chair for and go, yes! And that's Trump. And we used to do that for Reagan, too, sometimes. Yep. He doesn't hide behind political correctness as his comments. He's also, Reagan talked to people from the heart and was dubbed the great communicator.
Now, one thing to point out here, too, is when you saw Barack Obama come on the scene, back when he was originally beginning his run for the presidency, he basically spit out a bunch of BS to the tune of the voice that I wanted to hear. And it was so, no, he did. I mean, there was
I'm
a
not
lot
laughing at you. You're right. I'm laughing. Amy sent me a message.
There were a lot of things that Obama said that actually had me going, well, I don't know, this guy might be good. I mean, we're all tired of Bush, for God's sake.
He had almost everybody duped.
He did, and by the way,
he sounded like a great communicator.
He duped me to the point where I look back now and I'm like,
do not say you voted for him.
I did not.
Thank God, I didn't want to hit the eject button.
I did not vote for him either time.
This show is already boring, but with me by myself, it would be unwatchable.
Oh, there you go.
And I don't want to eject you. So Amy says, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to share all that. And then she says, you can make fun of me. I will so kick you guys' asses. Hey, try it. Try it. Get off the sofa.
That's right.
I know, Rousey.
You roll over to that headset and that camera built into your fancy Macintosh. You go ahead and try, woman. Oh, I said it. Yeah, I did.
She's said it. Throat punch you.
She would too.
Trump began as a Democrat before becoming a Republican 6 months ago. Reagan, too, was initially a liberal Democrat, but he backed Dwight Eisenhower, Richard Nixon, blah, blah, blah. Okay, 8. Trump, like Reagan, has been a TV star. That's true, right? Reagan hosted General Electric Theater in the 50s, Death Valley days in the 60s.
Yep.
Trump found TV stardom, blah, blah, blah. Number 9, Trump seeks to follow in Reagan's footsteps and succeed a liberal big government Democrat president. And number 10, I think this is one of the last ones. Trump and Reagan, hold on. Amy, if you got something to say, you get on here and say it. Just kidding. She said, uh-huh. I'm just kidding, Amy. What am I doing? I'm calling her out.
There you go.
Trump and Reagan both opposed runaway public employee unions. Okay, whatever. I mean, you can just keep going. Oh, fuck. Are you kidding me? There's even more. I'm tired of these already, to be honest. Trump favors tax reduction, whatever. They all do. Trump, like Reagan, is pro-life. Well, okay, that's debatable, except that Trump just came out and said something that made me leap off the sofa. Not really, but, spiritually. He said that he would shut down the government to defund Planned Parenthood.
I agree with that, by the way. I agree with that. Now, listen. My stance is this: Planned Parenthood is a bureaucracy that's run amok. It has perverted itself. I assume that when it first began, there were some good hearts with some good people that wanted to do the right thing. And like anything else that government gets their hands into, it turns into a perverted, just disgusting lump of crap. And that's what that thing is now. It's done. It needs to be defunded. It needs to be shut down.
Well, and but Brett, nobody's even saying shut it down. They're just saying, hey, if you guys are a nonprofit, we don't need to fund you. You have your own funding source. Oh, and by the way, don't allow selling dead baby parts to be one of your funding sources, because the list of businesses, including Macy's, that donate to Planned Parenthood are immense.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay.
Well,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, here's the last one, and we're going to go into a couple other things. Reagan was the first president who had been divorced.
Yeah.
And now the Donald. Oh, I forgot. He married Marla Maples too, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh no, he's been divorced a couple of times.
Yeah. Wow. And he's still a billionaire. Do you want to see how brilliant he is? He's still a billionaire, and he's been divorced that many times. They've all taken his money.
Do you know how much it costs to pay off all those hookers? I mean, that is essentially what he's doing.
Those wives were not hookers.
Oh yeah, because they loved him for his hair.
Marla Maples might have been a hooker for sure.
They loved him for his hair.
Not Ivanka.
They loved his look. That's why they were with him. It had nothing to do with what they could get out of him.
All right, we're going to wind down with the lighter side, and yes.
Let's go lighter side.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh no! Since Amy's not here, I'm playing good cop, bad cop for a minute because I can't. Because she can't do anything about it except turn it off.
Oh, we're going bad. We're going bad cop.
One short one. It's going to be bad cop. It's going to be a short one. What do you think about this? 8-year-old boy, I am not going to play the video because I was too angry when I saw the video. The sheriff's department, everybody is coming out absolutely refusing to apologize. This kid is, what do you call a handicapped kid? Not handicapped, but when it's mentally handicapped. Shit, I wish Amy was here.
She's mad at me right now. I'm getting hit from her right now.
You're getting abused.
By the way, I'd like to tell you, Amy's joining us via Facebook comment right now, and I'd like to throw this out there. She says this is in relation to my comment on the Planned Parenthood thing, and I said it started out as probably a good thing. She says, negative, Brett. Planned Parenthood, I'm paraphrasing by the way, Planned Parenthood, it was started by Margaret Sanger, who told her backers that the whole idea of Planned Parenthood was to kill the black babies who she found inferior. My question to Amy was, and?
No,
I'm
no,
kidding.
no,
I'm
no,
kidding.
no, no.
I'm
can't-
kidding.
no,
I am
no.
joking.
Oh
I
my
am
God.
kidding. I am kidding. And by the way, she's right. It did start out as a eugenics project. Hitler did have the whole eugenics thing going. There has been a push for eugenics for a long time. In other words, get rid of those that don't support the weakest of the herd, as it were. And there is. Oh, by the way, Amy says, I want you to tell Jim that I just said retarded. So there you go. We're gonna leave Amy. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the show. I apologize.
Actually, let's. Where is it at? We will get back to that, but I just want to share something here with the audience. See, I wasn't lying. She said she's sad. I won't say just sucks. She's sad because she loves doing the show, and we can make fun of her, right?
Right.
But then she follows it up. Well, I was so kicking you guys' asses, and then she's throat punching us. So, anyways, 8-year-old kid. Did you see this, Brett?
By the way, one other word or a phrase I need to say to you. Tell Jim I said I just said the word retarded, and then of course the other one would be okay. Say Kelly Osbourne.
Okay, Kelly Osbourne made a comment today. You don't know about this, Brett, because
I probably don't. No.
No, because Kelly Osbourne was on The View. See, I know these things.
Oh, I did.
Because,
no, I did see that.
No,
yes,
you
yes,
didn't.
yes, yes,
I know
yes,
these things because I'm in the media. I have to know these things. My brother always texts me and he goes, "Don't you know this already? I thought you were in the media." She said she was upset at Trump because these illegals, who else is going to clean our toilets?
Who's going to clean the toilets? Right, exactly. Who's going to do all the shit jobs?
And Rosie Perez, or whatever her name is, says, "What? What?" And then she tried to walk it back. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And she wouldn't say
who's going to take the groceries to my car?
Toilets if she hasn't seen that.
Oh,
that's right. That's you talk about things you know.
Exactly correct.
It flowed right off her because
Absolutely.
That's what her life is. So you didn't see this, did you?
No, I did see it. I did.
Dude, I was mad when I saw it, and I'm like, this kid has disabilities, right?
Right. Yep.
Whether it's ADHD, whatever it is, there's ways to settle kids down. They frickin' put handcuffs on him, and not around his arm, but around his arms like that. Are you freaking kidding me?
They
Anyways,
look a little bit
that's my
tight.
bad
They look a little bit tight too, though.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just
well. By the way, okay. Let's talk about brain damage. Obviously, that cop is not in his right mind.
No, but the sheriff and his boss and everybody said we unequivocally. Is that
support
a word?
It unequivocally.
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 Amy, if you can hear this, would you please text back and say what it really is? Damn.
I can't say that word. Ugh, I would love to learn how to say that word.
They are refusing to apologize and say that they did anything wrong.
Of course they are.
Now let's move on.
Of course they are.
We've got some stuff here. We're moving on to the lighter side just because I wanted to hear some kids laugh. I brought this back. Okay. All right. That's enough frivolity. I already pulled this story up. So some of the stuff that I just showed, Bill Clinton called me, blah, blah, blah. I already showed that one. Brett has gone to the bathroom again. Wait. It would be lovely if I could ever play a story at the beginning. Brett, you're not here, are you? All right, I'm not going to play this until Brett comes back from going to the bathroom. Obama, now in Vanilla, not Manila, That is exactly the same thing as Obama. You are so right. On second thought, I don't want a brain. Planned Parenthood selling body parts. Dead baby parts. Let's make a deal. Yeah. It's about the way it is. Let's see here. We have a comment from our co-host. Thank you, Amy. It's unequivocally. I will let Brett know when he does come back from his bathroom break. Oh my God, you're okay? I heard a lion African was killed.
You have no idea. Well, actually, I did. I heard a kitten.
Yeah, it was an African lion.
I was
a freaking lion.
I was struggling so hard to make the timeline between you starting the next topic and me taking care of my needs. No,
Dude,
no, and I apologize. I apologize.
No, no. I'm getting better at being by myself. Don't leave again.
One thing.
Amy sent me a note that said it's unequivocally.
Unequivocable or believe, yes.
Yeah, but you said unequivocally. And now you're trying to make me repeat the damn word that I can barely say to begin with.
It could be inequivocable.
Okay, whatever. It can't be.
Yes, it could be inequivocable.
Yes, if you were not in America.
No.
All right.
They're two different words.
Dude, I found out before the show, and I couldn't get it to. I didn't even try to get it to work. But there's a thing that says NFL kick countdown to NFL season.
Oh, no! Stop! Don't do this. Don't just take it. No.
It rolls. The clock rolls.
Stop! No. It's been so long since football happened, Jim. I just can't.
No, and I didn't have to remind you. It's probably 22 hours by now, but dude.
Oh my God, I'm doing my impression of Tom Brady right now. I can't play in 4 games.
Stop it.
Oh my God.
Make fun of Tom Brady. Do not make fun of Tom Brady.
By the way, did you hear?
I know somebody that will throat punch you for that.
By the way, in Tom Brady's deposition in front of the judge, one of the things he said was, "Listen, how am I expected to throw a ball if it's at full inflation? I mean, do you know how heavy that thing is?"
He didn't say that. I'm lost.
But he did.
No, he didn't.
All that air is so
heavy.
It's so heavy.
All right. Now, one of the things, though, one of the reasons he's taking this further
hold on,
to court,
I just got a message. That's weird. I wonder who that's from. Oh, it's from Amy. That's weird.
Brett, you want to know why they're so upset at him? Go ahead. You guys have your little talk. I'll do the show. You know why they're so... Huh?
Amy's not happy. All right.
You're making fun of...
She loves Tom Brady.
You're making fun of our man.
Right,
posting a comment for you guys. I'll have to check that in a minute. All right, here's the deal. They're upset that he destroyed his phone, right? Okay, so he didn't turn over his phone. Guess who else didn't turn over their phone? Refused to. Brett Favre. He had pictures of his Johnson being sent and to Jen, what's her name? Sturger. So he refused to turn over his phone. Do you know what a penalty he got? $50,000 fine. That was it.
Hey, do you know what Hillary Clinton got for having an illegal server in her home that she was transferring private?
Nothing.
And by the way, classified information on. There was how many emails? About 150, 200, something like that. There was over 1,000. How many emails were there that the Department of Justice or whoever it was said, no, these are classified. We can't release these because she was passing classified information through her private server. Does that not scream deceit?
But they're not even allowed to have a private server
that
has any government work on it. Just ask Petraeus. Just ask. Do you know who Sandy Berger is? Dude.
The Cindy Burger?
Sandy Berger.
Oh.
Look up right now. Type in the name Sandy Berger and tell me what he did.
I keep getting stuff for SpongeBob SquarePants.
That's kind of what he looks like. Look up Sandy Berger.
Sandy Berger. I'm going Wikipedia on it too, because you
Yes.
know this will be straight up. Oh, there you go. All right. Oh, we love Sandy Berger. I know who Sandy Berger is. Of
You know
course
what he
I
did?
do.
He
Yes.
went in and he took 4 documents, shoved them in his pants, and left. He ended up getting penalized, maybe some prison time. He got all kinds of shit because he was trying to protect himself and the Clintons, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So hopefully this will put an end to your nonsense. This is from Amy. Isn't that awesome?
Oh man.
Yeah, I like that. Or wait, no. Yeah, baby.
That is, yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Now I'm
Nobody
gonna have
says
me some. I'm gonna have me some chatter, you bastard.
All right, now here goes. I know you've probably seen. No, you haven't seen this. You should because you're in the media. But I know that Amy's seen it. Wait, are you going away again? Oh, shit, he went away. Every time I want to play this video, he goes away. Brett, come back.
I didn't go anywhere.
Okay. Oh, dude, she sent
Oh, I
another one.
must have froze.
I'll post the other one. All right, I'm going to play a video for you that you've got to watch. All right, you ready? Do you like Ted Cruz?
I'm okay with Ted Cruz. Actually, I would love a Ted Cruz Trump panel.
You like him better now.
On weekends, cooking breakfast with the family. Of course, in Texas, we cook bacon a little differently than most folks.
Have you seen this?
I have not. I can already see where this is going, and I'm actually kind of excited.
There's grease coming down. Alright, let's see if we got the bacon. Alright.
Oh, look at that. Crispy deliciousness.
Machine gun bacon.
And I actually like that song.
I
too.
actually like that a lot as well. I thought
Isn't that great for a guy who wants to run for president?
You know, you should check out my bazooka eggs because they're great. I gotta tell
Hey,
you.
let me show you what you missed when you were in the bathroom. Now,
oh God!
All right, so wait, we're almost done. We're almost done. We got a couple more.
I gotta say a little shout out to Amy on her. Does anybody really believe that Jeb Bush is in freaking second at all? I mean, it's just the guy is a douche.
Right. Look at this. Quarterback coach. I only deleted personal emails. Bass right-wing conspiracy. What difference does it make off to the right?
Yep.
He's coaching them how to get out of that. That's awesome.
Absolutely. No, and it's true, too, by the way. Listen, the New England Patriots have cheated their way to every Super Bowl that they have, quote-unquote, won. And we all know Seattle won the Super Bowl last year because Russell Wilson took a snap for the first time in the entire game. That ball was actually an inflated ball because it came in from the Seattle sideline. So Russell Wilson took that snap and he said to himself, this doesn't feel right. Holy crap, this is so much harder. And then he stepped back and he was confused, and then he threw a bad pass.
Let's get rid of it.
Now, New England had already told the guy that intercepted it for New England, they already told him, dude, this ball is going to be fully inflated, so be ready for it. And he was like, oh, got it, coach, got it, Mr. Belichick. I get it. Nice hoodie. And so he went out there and he's like, oh, shit, man, this ball's going to be full. I got to be careful. And so Russell Wilson takes the snap. He's like, oh, shit, Russell Wilson's confused. I can see it. The receiver's coming across going like, this ball's going to be squishy. They all have been this game. We don't know why. And then the receiver was like, what? And Russell Wilson was like, huh? And their guy stepped in, intercepted it, and it all looked like this legitimate thing. Tom Brady was over on the sideline. And by the way, if you look at the slow motion, if you watch Tom Brady's lips, he goes, "Oh shit, it worked."
That's what
he's trying to cover it up. He's like, "Oh shit, it worked," and he's like trying to cover up his lips when he says it. But I mean, they had a lip reader analyze it, and that's what he says. "Oh shit, it worked."
And that's the rest of the story.
There you go. So the conspiracy
that's
theory of
the
the Super
story.
Bowl. Right.
And Amy says, "Don't bite me." All right, so getting back to the NFL, because when I showed the time ticker clock, that set up a couple of other pictures that I wanted to show that were little memes that I thought were kind of cute. The world's largest gay bar, the Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
That's fantastic,
right? For all the Cowboy haters.
That's true. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely.
I saw this one.
By the way, there's nothing wrong with that. I would go there. I would hang out. I'm sure the music is way better than what they play in my stadium.
Probably, what is it, YMCA, because they got the Cowboys and shit down there or whatever.
It's just these
Lions get killed every year and no one bats an eye. Bada boom, bada boom.
Ladies and gentlemen of the NFL.
I saw this. I like this. Problem solved.
Why the fuck aren't we doing that? And I just said the F word. I get it. Why the fuck aren't we doing that? Let's just freaking nuke the Middle East and be done with it.
Something like I saw it on the internet. Must be true. We're actually almost done with the show. Hillary for prison, 2016. Isn't that classic?
Oh, that's classic.
All right, sorry ahead of time. You're gonna hate me, and I don't even remember why I put this. So it must be something that you're gonna hate me. And maybe I was thinking, oh yeah, but look at that real closely and find the black dot. See if you can find. Let me see if you.
Well, the problem with it is that the black dot keeps moving around and around as you look at it. It will not stay in one single place. It will be to the right, to the left, up, down. It'll move around the dots.
You know why I said you're going to hate me? Because I literally, the other day when I was online and I was looking at this, I literally took a piece of paper, I laid it on the top, and I looked at the top row.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Down, and then went all the way down, one, all the way down until I got the bottom row. There was no freaking black dot at all. But afterwards, for 15 minutes, all I could see is moving black dots, no matter where I looked.
And by the way, this is one of those little, quote unquote, like the Rorschach test. Look at this ink blot. It's that same mentality. It's like it basically is one of those things. And by the way, this is actually very true. It sort of makes you. Well, it doesn't sort of. It makes you question what the heck is reality. Because when you look at that, there's not a black dot there, but your mind keeps putting one in a different place. What does that tell you? Right, that's the ultimate question. Why? Why
we put a black dot in the White House, and we keep wondering why?
Oh my word! But
hey, let's finish up the last thing here I've got called Good Stuff. I only have good stuff. I only have two little segments. We're going to end on a positive note. I'm not used to being positive, but we're going to do it. So what I want you to do, Brett, I want you to, if you could read that to me.
Absolutely, and I know exactly what this is. I've read it. I think it's actually pretty damn clever.
Yeah, and so go ahead and read it.
I would like to read it from bottom to top because I know what this is.
I'll read it first, and then you read it. So today... Yeah, I'll read this because this is the way my last couple of weeks have been going.
Sure.
Today was absolutely worst day ever. And don't try to convince me that there's something good in every day. Because when you take a closer look, this world is a pretty evil place. Even if some goodness does shine through once in a while, satisfaction and happiness don't last. And it's not true that it's all in the mind and heart, because true happiness can be obtained, well, only if one's surroundings are good. It's not true that good exists. I'm sure you can agree that the reality creates my attitude. Well, it's all beyond my control, and I'll never in a million years, and you'll never in a million years hear me say that today was a good day.
And I do love reading this backward. Today was a good day, and you'll never in a million years hear me say that. It's all beyond my control. My attitude creates the reality. I'm sure you can agree that it's not true that good exists, only if one's surroundings are good. True happiness could be obtained because it's all in the mind and in the heart. And it's not true that satisfaction and happiness don't last. Some goodness does shine through once in a while, even if the world is a pretty evil place. Because when you take a closer look, there's something good in every day, and don't try to convince me that today was the absolute worst day ever. And I love that backwards. It's actually, by the way, who came up with, I mean, listen, I think I'm a clever person. I'm a douche. I get that. I'm not the smartest guy in the
There's
world.
somebody with way too much time on their hands, Brett.
Right, exactly. It's like, okay, see, I'm guessing you are a very smart person. You were on meth for about 3 days, and you smoked a bong hit and went, dude, I got this idea, man. Because this is like one of those things where you're like,
come up with that stuff? Somebody who has no life? No,
well,
wait, you don't, and you would never come up with that.
See, but I respect that they came up with that. That is pretty clever, though. I mean, honestly, that is a very clever back and forth thing.
And I always thought that when you read things backwards, it was like Paul is dead. Paul is dead.
What do you call it when? The word palindrome. It's the same thing backwards and forwards.
Don't start talking shit that I don't know. Palindrome. I can't even say the word.
Okay. Like the word Bob. Bob is the same.
Okay.
Bob is the same front
like
and back.
Bob or saying Steve or something like that.
No, Steve is not a palindrome.
Oh. I'm just kidding. Hey, I'm the guy that doesn't know what the heck New England is. What state is New England?
New England is in
the state of
northern.
Mind. I'm just kidding. All right, we're going to play I'm Just Teasing. I am smarter than a 5th grader now because there's 3 things that I've learned so far. What are you doing?
I'm just looking at the screen. I'm
going to play a good story video, and it's not even a good story video. It's weird, okay? And it's kind of good. So here goes.
He was diagnosed in September, and he passed away in May.
They are still experiencing those painful firsts. Weekends, sporting events, seasons where a husband and father used to be, and where now he is not.
Well, he's a great person. Very hard worker.
On the first Father's Day since Johnny Seibold's funeral, daughter Sage and mom Sandy paid a visit to his burial site near Sterling, Oklahoma. Johnny's unfinished marker lies near his father's and other members of his family. Sandy thought it might be helpful that afternoon to release a bunch of balloons with a message. The handwritten note asked for whoever found it to contact them.
Anyway, we thought the idea of the balloon, sending a balloon to heaven to her dad, was a good idea.
The release didn't go very well at first. These ribbons caught in a high power line.
It had upset her, and I just remember, please God, let these balloons fly for her.
Then a gust of wind caught them, and away they went. Sandy and Sage ran an errand, made a few stops. It took a few hours for them to make the 25-mile drive north, back home to Cement, Oklahoma.
It was that day.
Paige went downhill to the pasture where she often goes these days to think, and there, tangled in a fence, was her message.
It was right here, hanging on this one.
The very same letter she released earlier that day had flown on a southerly breeze straight home.
What are the chances? I think started crying because it was just like it was a message from him.
They're both still mourning, but after what happened on Father's Day, they both say they feel a little more free. It's hard for them not to believe now that Johnny did send them a message, that he was free too.
It has given us a lot of peace and, you know, just feeling good about where he's at.
Right? Is that, I mean, you can't just only say, oh, that's coincidence, kind of like people saying, oh, yeah, well, there was a big bang and a couple of particles took together and it just kind of matched up perfectly for oxygen and air and water and people and breathing. I mean, come on. Something is omnipotent. Is that right? Omnipotent? It's probably not even a word.
Yes. No. We'll give you credit for that tonight. You did. Omnipotence is definitely involved in that. Listen, listen. But by the way, to the point, you could technically, if you took the time and the effort, you could go back and you could show via wind patterns and the time it was released and the fact that it got caught up on the
fact that they released it exactly at the right. I mean, come on.
Well, no, but think about it. It got held up on the wires for a second, and then the gust came through and took it in a certain direction and released it. I mean, you could come up with a scientific explanation for the impossible, but it's still a scientific explanation of the impossible.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand that those two coincide and those two work together to make what we would maybe describe as a miracle or something we just don't understand, or maybe there's more to it than we even understand. I mean, you're being an idiot if you just say it's coincidence. But I think the physical world interacts with the spiritual world, and I don't know how that works, but I do believe that. And I think that something like that, it happened for a reason.
And it happened on Father's Day. I mean, who knows what? I can't sit there and go, oh, that was a God thing, but you can say that we live in a very spiritual world, and there's a spiritual world going on around us.
You can't tell me that it wasn't God, and you can't tell me that it was. What it comes down to is, what do I think happened? And I'll tell you what I think happened there. I think that the spiritual bled into the reality that we live in, and I think there was a definite controlling. And if in fact, now by the way, we didn't see a picture of that letter stuck in the fence. We have their word that happened. Let's assume they're not lying in this situation. Do you know what I mean?
Right. They're from Oklahoma. They don't lie. The only thing.
Of course not. No. Anybody from Oklahoma, they just,
That's where Carrie Underwood's from. Nobody. They're pure.
Absolutely. Listen, my mom's whole side of the family's from Oklahoma. Shoot, I got roots back there. And I
was just talking to a customer today. Did you remember Officer and a Gentleman?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because she goes, the customer was ordering mayonnaise, and she goes, mayonnaise? And I go, Officer and a Gentleman. She goes, what? And I go, did you ever see Officer and a Gentleman? She goes, I don't think so. And I go, and I said, Louis Gossett Jr. is going, what's your name? Oh, Bob Mayo. Mayonnaise? And then he goes to the next guy, where you from? Mayonnaise? And he goes, I'm from Oklahoma, sir. Oklahoma? Only thing in Oklahoma is queers and steers.
And I don't see any cows around here.
Which one are you? I'm like, okay. So, hey, to finish up real quick here, I do want to make a comment, okay? Here is tomorrow night's debate. We've got the politicians who made the cut and the politicians who didn't. All right. Fox News, for whatever people think of them, whatever. Some people think they're a joke. Some people think they're establishment. Some whatever. I got a question to ask you.
No more so than MSNBC is for the liberals. I mean, come on.
I got a question to ask you. Liberals. What is the liberal point? Not agenda necessarily, but the liberal way. What is their way? What do they want? Equality, everybody is equal, the same, all of that, right? You shouldn't have any winners and losers. It hurts their feelings, right? So, you know what they did? They did, Fox News, for this first debate, played the liberal card, and they decided, you know what, these guys are like, Lindsey Graham is upset because he's at 0% in the polls. And he's saying people need to know me. You know, it's not fair that I don't get on the stage during the debate. Well, after 30 freaking years, people know you, and that's why you got a 0 thing. But, okay, that aside, they added a second debate before the big one. It's going to be at like 5 o'clock. It'll be about 2 hours before, for these losers. And I'm not saying they're loser people, but they just pulled the liberal card. They said, you know, okay, you're right. It's not fair that you're not polling high enough. We're gonna make the playing field a little bit even, and we're gonna give you guys your forum. That's what they did. Am I wrong?
I think it's good.
You think my point's good, or what they did is good?
Well, listen, I will say this: I think it's a weird world that we live in when you know we have this two-party system, which you and I have talked about it. We've talked about it on this show many times. The two-party system is a joke. There should not be a two-party system. We should have a minimum of 8 people that get equal time. And when I say equal time, I mean every single minute on national television has to be equated or equal amongst all of the represented candidates. And we shouldn't be voting for a Democrat or Republican. We should be voting for the best human being to do the job. And we don't get that. We don't get that anymore at all. We get an establishment that absolutely throws in front of us what we're supposed to vote for. And then we get to pick the least of the worst. How often have we said that in the last 25, 30 years?
You're not going to change that if they can't even change the one most basic simple thing that would start to fix that, and that's term limits. You got to start there. And they're not even willing to do that. Shit, they're not even willing to defund Planned Parenthood when they control campaign. And they're out there lifting up little babies' arms.
Campaign finance reform and term limits are the 2 biggest issues that face America today. It's not global warming. It's not Iran. It's not nuclear bombs. It's not our relationship with Israel.
Is it Cecil the Lion?
It's definitely not a freaking lion. I will shoot 5 Cecils through the brain on television if we could have campaign finance and we could have
well, you know, who passed campaign finance reform to begin? The one we have now is John McCain. Freaking jokester. They should do a deal where nobody gets more than $1 million to spend. That's it. You got to go out and knock on freaking doors and have town halls.
No. My idea is simple, and I've actually presented this on the show. We'd have to go back and find it, but I've actually presented this on the show.
That's why I call it Sleepy Time Show, because we don't pay attention. I don't remember you saying that.
Okay, so here's my idea. Is that, you know what, corporations, since you've been deemed as individuals and you can contribute to campaigning as much as you want, because our Congress was wise enough to allow you to do that. In other words,
No. Supreme Court said they could.
No, you're right. I'm sorry, you're right. There was a Supreme Court. So let's look at it this way. Okay, that's fine. General Electric and Ford and General Motors and all you big companies out there, Walmart, all of you guys, you know what? You can contribute as much of your money as you want to the presidential campaign. However, every dollar that you donate goes into a general pool. And that general pool is split up evenly between everybody who qualifies under our rules as a nation to run for president. We should have 6 or 7 or 8 candidates every time we vote for president. We have 2. And we don't hear about the other guys that might be legitimate. The independent, the Green Party in last election. I mean, we have guys that are definitely decent and that have something to say that we never hear. Why? Because the money's not there. They can't afford to fight their way in financially to say what they have to say.
All right, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's an interesting proposal. I'll give you that.
Everything. By the way, how much money do you suppose General Electric would contribute if their dollars were split evenly amongst every presidential candidate? 0.
Right.
They would contribute $0. Now, maybe they could take that money and give us lower prices. Maybe they could take the money that they're wasting on that and they could give it back to their employees. Maybe they could increase their benefits, cover some health care. Oh, we have Obamacare, never mind. So all of those things, I'm just saying, if you took the money that they were allowed to present to candidates and put it in a pool, all of a sudden, I guarantee you, you would not see a dollar from any corporation coming into the presidential race. We would be the people. If I want to donate $10 and you want to donate $10, and by the way, and we would also have a certain chunk of our tax dollars go to it. I'm all for that.
Can you imagine that? Okay, so everyone's upset at the Koch brothers, and everyone's upset at what the hell's his name, George Soros, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the Koch brothers would give a dime if they knew that Hillary Clinton was going to be one of the people who could use their money along with Ted Cruz?
Of course,
he gets to use it too, right? And George Soros is going to give a dime if Ted Cruz could use his money along with Hillary. That's a good point. It's a really good point.
All I'm saying is, any dollar given to any politician for their campaign.
But then where are you going to draw the line? Because then at that point, everybody's going to run for president. I would run for president.
No. You still have to meet the requirements. You still have to get nominated.
I'm an American and is over 35 years old. That's it.
Right. Stop. But you still have to be a legitimate member of a party. And by the way, do you know how many legitimate, and I mean, when I say legitimate, and I'm not talking about
so Donald Trump couldn't run.
Of course he could.
Then what makes him legitimate?
He's a member of the Republican Party.
I'm a member of the Republican Party.
So you could run as well. Do you have the personal funding to do it?
All I would need is a part of that pot.
Right. Okay, and that's fair. However,
so you'd have 100,000, 500,000 people running for president under your scenario. I just blew you the hell up.
No.
Come on.
Think about it like this. I can actually make this very clear to you.
Okay.
Think about it like this. How many golfers are in the U.S. Open when they start that tournament on day one?
80, 85.
I think there's like 140. And by the way, I don't know the exact number, but it's not every golfer in America. Why is that? Because they
all have to hold a card. They all have to hold a professional card.
First and foremost, you're right. You have to be a card-carrying member of the PGA. In other words, you have to have a handicap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so once you establish that's at your club level. That's at your local golf course level.
Donald Trump doesn't have a handicap.
Stop. Any of us can do the handicap. We can all do that. Any American can go get their handicap.
I'd have like a 95 handicap.
Oh shoot! They don't. Actually, they refuse to give me one because it's too big. So, but what I'm saying is that you're talking about like club. I mean, if you're breaking it down to like a specific golf course, and then that town, and then that county, and then that state.
All right. So, what are you saying as far as how you would whittle it down from 500,000 people running for president?
What I'm saying is you would have to win. You would have to win your local, your small town, your small venue. You would have to move up through the ranks, and just like they do now. I mean, it's no different than what we currently see. It's no different than what currently goes on.
I'll give you this with that because we're not going to fix it with specifics tonight. So in the general sense, your idea makes sense because I would like to see Mary Carey run again. Do you know who that is?
I have no idea, but I just like the word Mary Carey.
Okay, just before we go, I just want you to type in real quick, Mary.
I'm not doing it.
Come on, C-A-R-E-Y for president. Please.
M-A-R-R-Y?
M-A-R-Y. Mary, it's a person's name. C-A-R-E-Y for president.
Oh, no.
Don't ask me how I knew that.
Oh, no.
Don't ask me how I knew that.
I shouldn't be doing this. Oh no. Oh, no. What are you doing to me? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You had me look up a porn star, and I shouldn't have done that.
She ran for president last time.
I shouldn't have done that. I just got booted off the network server because
Uh-oh.
All right then. Okay, well, good night, everybody. By the way, Jim just gave me a good link. I need to investigate further. So I'll need to do that alone and spend some time. I'll report next week as to what I found, or maybe I'll just tell you about what came up.
Yeah?
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Same old
shit again.
Up again. Can we swear?
Remember, by the way, remember Amy LaViolette. You are well loved.
We love Amy.
Well respected. And
she's
Tom
well
Brady,
respected.
Tom
What about
Brady?
Sierra? Do we love Sierra?
Tom Brady is a cheetah.
Hey, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
And Tom Brady tries and tries and tries.
And it's only cheating if you get caught.
Absolutely correct.
And they did get caught.
By the way, there's a reason why Bill Belichick wears a hoodie. He's a fucking thug.
Look at me. We're not trying.
All good
from dying. Brett, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Out the light. Sir, what do you think? Me?
You're the only one who's dependable. Oh, wait. I said that to Amy before, not you. Just kidding. I love you guys.
Listen,
All of you.
You and I have been sitting in front of these cameras now for what, 2 or 3 years now?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, one of these days, that tens and tens of fans that we have, it's gonna turn into tens and tens of fans plus like 4. So
yeah, exactly.
We'll be good. It'll be like 44 fans.
Hey, Amy sent me some minions dancing and fighting to this song.
I love it.
Funny. All right, so I think that's going to be it. Are we going to be on next week, or are we taking a summer break? I'd like to be on next week, but you're not very dedicated.
I'll go next week. Hey, listen, I threw out summer break tonight because we had some no-shows. You know.
But when we do that, we do a no-show show.
Which is fine. Let's just do a no-show show next week.
Kidding. We're going to have the debates to talk about.
And that actually, you know what? Next week is an important week. We should have the show next week.
Yeah. We should do a special show tomorrow night, right after the debates.
I don't mind that idea. Well, I mean, actually, I don't even mind. And now live from somewhere in North America, the debates have just happened, and all of us are shocked that Donald Trump basically told all the candidates they're fired. So that's really, I'm guessing that's what's going to happen.
What are you going to go do right now, Brett?
You know what? I'm going to go out and find my daughter and find out. I think she left. I think she went out with some hoodlums, but I'm going to go check on that.
I'm going to go watch Big Brother. Hey, let me tell you really quick. You'll like this. So I'm up in the mountain the other night. We had our 35th class reunion, and so we go up there and the night before the class reunion, and I'm with a bunch of people. We are 53 freaking years old. You would think we'd be adults, right?
No.
Oh, no. We go up there to the cabin the night before, and we've got there's 8 or 10 of us. 50, did I say 53 years old?
Yeah.
And they are freaking firing up the bong and passing it around.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, no, I don't do that.
Not your thing anymore.
But, dude, we're sitting in front of like a hot box practically. Well, the doors and stuff were all open. The windows were open. But then a friend of mine, he says, oh, dude, he says, man, so-and-so, his girlfriend, we all went to school together. She's a freaking scientist, man. You should see her. She grinds her stuff up, and she put butter in it and this and that. And they bring us bags like this big. They live in Vancouver. Big bags every week of this stuff. And I'm like, are you kidding me? We're 53 years old. He goes, okay, take this banana bread, cut it in half, and then cut that in half, and then cut that in half. Don't take more than that because you'll be asleep all night. And I'm like, dude. So he hands it to me. don't put it in my pocket. I take it home. I'm trying
That's
to take
what I
it
would have
home.
done.
So we're driving home, and Lisa goes, "What is that over there in the door?" You know, I had it tucked in the door. It's nothing. Did David give you that? I go, well, I'm just, I'm going to throw it away when we get home. No, give it to me now. I'm going to throw it away. And I go, no, I'll throw it away. No, you're not. You're going to eat that. So she makes me hand it to her. And she throws it out the window when we're driving. I was going to try it.
You know what? I need to have
Probably.
a talk with your. I need to have a talk with your wife.
It's probably a good thing I didn't do it.
Let me ask you this: were you in the state of Oregon at the time that she threw it out the window?
That's a $500 fine.
She littered. You could have eaten it, and it would have been perfectly legal.
Dude, I said, do you know what you're going to do to some bird or some deer or something? It's going to, like, fall out of the sky, or it's going to wander on the road.
See,
It's going to kill somebody, like Cecil.
You get the ultimate irony of that thought process.
Yeah, right? You're going to get fined.
We live in a state where it's literally legal for you to have been gifted that particular item, which you were.
Yeah.
You didn't purchase it. It was given to you under Oregon law. That was perfectly legal. What she did was criminal.
Yeah.
Was criminal. And I will tell you what, she best bring your ass a freaking latte with some caramel in it this time, and she better be smiling when she does it. Otherwise, I'm calling the cops and turning her in for littering and drugging
And
the
it was
animals.
in a closed baggie, and when I went back the next day, it was gone.
It was going. I scoured the entire area.
I'm just
I could
kidding.
not find it.
All right, buddy. Good show. Thank you so much.
All right, good night, all.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Love you.